I wanted to make a film about different little creatures that you can find in Frankfurt, Oder. The inhabitants that can't speak but somehow managed to awaken different feelings, different words, different meanings in my heart and soul. So here they are: the fish, the snail, the fly, the pigeon, and spider. The spider, known widely as a sinister insect spreading fear throughout the female population, well, mostly, is a part of my little dictionary. However, when you realize that it's all in your head, the fear, the stress, the uncomfortable feeling of not knowing how to sleep at night because it's located in your room, when you realize that we are peaceful creatures and your mind can finally rest, it's time for a metamorphosis. Although it can be difficult to see it at first, the caterpillar, like the human soul, undergoes a process of metamorphosis, of leaving its old form and making some space for beauty. Peace, rebirth, purity. There is beauty in observing, in reflecting, in just being, in understanding that this very moment will never repeat itself, that you have to actually live before you die. I think death is such an important part of life, and it doesn't have to be always associated with tragedy. I think it's more related to the disappearance of something, a way of thinking, of behaving, of understanding. It leaves space for something new, something unusual, something different. Fungi, also known as mushrooms, are something completely unique in nature, just like some parts of our own beings don't have a source for comparison. Different is something so precious, so bold and colorful, something to be shared with the community. A sense of belonging, a small part of something bigger, a feeling of home. Why is it sometimes so complicated to communicate with others, to find your place? Why do we actually want to fit in? Why are people sometimes such assholes? Is it because they want something they can't get or achieve? Or maybe because they lost faith in their dreams, so right now they are simply biting others, craving for something sweet, something that wouldn't leave them so exposed? Because when you're vulnerable, when you open your soul and forget about the hard shell you have covered your persona this whole time, some new feelings arise from the depth of your being, a forgotten feeling of attachment, be it to the house you live in, to the neighborhood, the city, the family, the loved ones, or to your inner self, your inner child. It is the way you exist, the way you have developed as a person, the way you bonded with others, the mimesis. In theater, we don't use this term only for describing the process of interpreting the world, but also the way of thinking about it. In nature, I think, it is these two pigeons that resemble each other not only in the way they look, but also in the way they behave. One may find themselves in another, in nature, in viewing the world in a certain way. At the end of the day, aren't humans the sum of everything nature has provided for us? Aren't we the poisoning of the odor and the beauty of swans, the slowness of snails and the urge of belonging to a community, of being with someone, opening our souls and looking for a way to be understood?